Roe v. Wade has stood for 50 years, and now you're telling women that they no longer have the freedom to choose. Welcome to Chatting with Nana. I want to say right at the beginning that all the opinions on this video are mine and mine alone. I just have a few things that I want to say. First of all, when do the lives of children take precedence over people's need to own guns? Those poor babies that were shot to death in Uvalde, they were shot to pieces. Nobody will say that they were killed by a machine gun that tore their little bodies apart. Second of all, I want to say that Clarence Thomas needs to leave the Supreme Court. Roe v. Wade has been dispensed with. That wasn't the will of the people. When government starts to dictate to its citizenry, then we no longer have a democracy. We have a dictatorship. We have people that we've elected to public office telling us what we can and can't do, what we can and can't have. Well, it's time for America to evolve. This country is made up of many different cultural and ethnic groups. We need to embrace everyone. We need to stop saying who can have full citizenship and who can't. Too many people gave up their lives so this could be a democracy. Women are losing their right to control what happens to their bodies. That's not a democracy, that's a dictatorship. What's next? Healthcare? Education? How long before we repeal Emancipation Proclamation? We're going in the wrong direction. We need to stop what the Republicans are doing to this country. I don't know if people paid attention to the attack on the Capitol on January 6th. Who was at the Capitol? Radical Republicans and the Confederacy. Donald Trump is trying to become dictator of this country. And so far, he's doing a pretty good job. People need to be endorsed by him. They need to support him. Well, he's an ex-president who's a traitor. He was a sitting president who tried to overthrow the country. Yes, he tried to overthrow the country by keeping the elected ballots from being counted and acknowledged. Once you destroy one rule, they all come tumbling down like a domino effect. It's time for we the people to take control of our country and stop allowing radical groups to dictate. That's not the American way. We need to embrace everyone, all inclusive, not just a handful of people. Republicans don't speak for me. The Confederacy doesn't speak for me. I am an American citizen. I am a patriotic American citizen. I love my country. And it breaks my heart to see self-centered groups tear this country apart. The United States has the potential to be the greatest country on this planet. But not if you rob citizens of their rights. A woman's right to choose how, when, and if she has children. You're talking about parental rights. What about the rights of parents of transgender children? Don't they have the right to protect their children, to support their children, to help them choose who they want to be, not dictate to them? You can't change people into what you want them to be. God made each individual one of us the way we were meant to be. We're not a mold. We can't be stuffed. Everybody is the same. That's what makes humanity what it is, the diversity. And I want to make perfectly clear, Clarence Thomas needs to be evacuated from the Supreme Court. The The Supreme Court is not making decisions that we the people want. The Supreme Court is dictating to us. Roe v. Wade has stood for 50 years, and now you're telling women that they no longer have the freedom to choose. This is not a democracy. We are turning this into a fascist government. Donald Trump tried to take over this country once. He will try again. The next time he might succeed. I'm telling everybody who watches this video, you need to register to vote, and you need to vote these Republicans out of office. See what they're doing. They're tearing this country apart. We're going the wrong way. This is the 21st century. We need to be moving ahead, not backwards. What's next? Public education goes. Instead of worrying about a potential life that a woman is carrying, you need to pay attention to the babies that are already here. Children are going hungry. Children are being shot to pieces by machine guns. We need to get them, first of all, we need to get the machine guns off our streets. We need to make gun manufacturers accountable. We have children killing children. Everybody's worried about parental rights. Was Kyle Rittenhouse's mother exercising her parental rights when she allowed her son to be turned into a serial killer? It's time for the United States to evolve. We need to move along with the times. We need to incorporate every citizen as a citizen. Citizenship rights are not reserved for a select few. We need to get the Confederacy out of our government. The Supreme Court main job is to decide what is and what is not constitutional. We had a sitting president who tried to overthrow the government, and now he's talking about running for president again. He needs to be barred from public office. He's a traitor. He committed treason while he was a sitting president. Why is he still walking around free? And when does the war against people of color end? We're still being murdered. We need to put more money into the police departments, and they need to scrutinize each and every officer psychologically. Because if we have racists and the Ku Klux Klan and the Nazis on our police force, the slaughter of innocent black people will continue. The slaughter of children will be continued. Get these weapons of war off our streets. It's time that we took control of our country and stop allowing people to dictate to us. They work for us. Vote Democratic. This year, next year, and every year until we clean out the Confederacy from the Republican Party. Enough is enough. We want to be able to send our children to school. They shouldn't have to worry about being shot to death. What we need to do is have security in every single school. We need to limit entrance into the schools. Children need to be able to feel safe so that they can focus on learning. And stop telling people they can't support their transgender children. We are all Americans. It's time we stood together and stop allowing a tiny group to dictate. We need to get rid of these people. Texas is in danger of becoming a separate dictatorial country. Women are not property. Slavery's not coming back. We need to move forward. Why is education so expensive? Why is it just limited to the wealthy? This country has fallen behind. The United States is the spearhead of democracy. Too many people gave up their lives to make this a country of choice. The time is now. We the people need to take back our country. And the way to do that is to vote. vote these radical Republicans out of office. What, you need to be endorsed by Donald Trump? You need to support Donald Trump? He's an ex-president. He lost the 2020 presidential election. It wasn't his to have. We the people spoke, and we voted him out of office. Just like we need to vote all these radicals out of office who are robbing us of our citizen rights. We decide. We choose. And instead of worrying, the Supreme Court is so concerned about children who might be. How about you focus on children who are here now? Children who are being shot to pieces by machine guns. We don't need assault weapons on our streets. If people want to collect these weapons, fine, but they don't get the bullets. Make gun manufacturers responsible. Unless we take radical steps and make dramatic changes, more children will die. More innocent blacks will be murdered by the police. This has de-evolved into a dictatorship. This is fascism in its beginnings, and we need to halt it and take control of our country back from these destroyers. Thank you. And until next time, chatting with Nana.